Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Scorpio is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel. Especially if this reading resonates with you, it is totally free, does not cost anything. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Scorpio, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And you get an Ace of Wands. You're somebody with ideas. You're the idea person. I think with all of your friends, your family, at work, at school, whatever, you're the one that has the good idea. You're the one that has, I think, the enthusiasm to pursue your idea, right? Whatever it might be, you're somebody with vision. Yeah, you're the person with the vision. Okay. Well, let's see what you're looking at here. Let's see what's going on with this card. What are you doing with this enthusiasm, with this vital energy, with your magic wand of creativity? Well, you're 6 of Wands. You are achieving a victory in something. Let's see. You've got a 9 of Cups. You've got the Art or Temperance card. You've got the Lust or Strength card and the Sun. Wow. Okay. Yeah. You confronted a challenge. You pushed yourself. You challenged yourself to do something, and you're doing it. I mean, it's working for you. You're winning at this, whatever it is. This is extraordinary. Major arcana energy. The pressure cooker, the passion and courage to do it, and look at that, basking in the glory of your success. But the success is not for you alone. The success is part of a team effort. I feel like they are throwing a parade for you in your honor, but you're bringing everybody else like on the float with you, right? Or you're getting the award, but you're bringing everybody on stage because we all did it. You know, I feel like that's the kind of person that you are. This win is not just for you. Okay. Wow, this is nice. We have a Prince of Swords, a Prince of Wands, the Hierophant, and a 2 of Swords. Very, very nice. This is something. I want to point out that this is also we're approaching the Lunar New Year. It is going to be the year of the wood serpent, right? This is all about transformation. This is all about finding our creativity, finding our talent, our skill, our hope, our dream, our wish, our aspiration, our creativity, our imagination, and doing something with it, manifesting it, taking a chance on ourselves. To solidify something, you know, to make our mark on the universe. Yeah, to establish our legacy, to take a big, well, that's the Temperance card. This is a pressure cooker, right? I feel like you've survived this. You have not only have you survived this, but you went through this experience, and you conquered it. You beat the heck out of it, right? You won. Okay. I don't know what this was. I don't know if it's a work situation, if it is some kind of I guess it could be a sport. I feel like this was a situation that was really high stakes, high pressure. You risked a lot. Okay, you put yourself into this very challenging situation. You confronted kind of like the biggest obstacle of your life, and you did it. I mean, it feels like a prophecy. It feels like a Greek myth or something, right? Like you've defeated the Minotaur or something here. You know, it really is extraordinary. This is a lot of very, very good cards. The only challenging card is the challenge itself, right? Gosh, this is really nice. Let's select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. And we're set down right here with Jimbo the Lizard King, aka Mr. Lizard. Now, we're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together and it will give us the confirmation that we need. If at any point during this program you feel like you know what that card is, I want you to put your prediction down in the comments, okay? Let's do it together. Let's use our intuition. Okay, let's look around the room. Major, 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 major. Again, very good major arcana. Okay, your courage is getting you out of the pressure cooker and into the sunshine. Okay, whatever this challenging situation was, by virtue of your own ingenuity, your own creativity, your own power, and of course the courage, you're succeeding. Right? This is you basking in the light of your own spiritual self. You know, really a big, big win here. And of course, the Hierophant. The difficult thing here, I think, is to I had a discussion with someone last night over dinner that kind of the phrase, those who can't do, teach, right? And we both had it's a family friend. We both disagree with that statement, right? Because who else is going to teach us than those that have already done it, right? So those who can't do, they teach. Why are they teaching if they can't do it? I feel like those who are teaching, they understand something about this. And I think that your reading here, it kind of exemplifies that. Now, not every teacher is teaching from experience. That's not what I'm saying. But the best teachers are the ones that can do and have done and will do it again. I can't help but think of Indiana Jones, right? The professor of archaeology, but he's out there living it. He's out there doing it. And then he's teaching other people to do it too. And that, to me, that's a professor, right? And so we have the Hierophant in this position of the obstacle for you, or the energy that you don't want. You want to do. You don't want to teach. But I think that you have to embrace this side of you. You have to embrace this. It's almost a self-acceptance. It's almost like you have to acknowledge your expertise here, because look at what you're doing. Whatever this obstacle challenge is that you're overcoming, and it's kind of like every Indiana Jones movie is the same thing. It's this huge, unbelievable, sort of out of this world, challenge, and he somehow overcomes, and he goes back and he teaches, and he's back at being the professor. I haven't watched the latest movie yet, though, but I need to. I think you have to embrace this side of you, and just because you're taking on this additional role, now it doesn't mean you're going to be a teacher. It may be, but acknowledging that you have this wisdom and finding ways that you can pass this wisdom on, realizing that you've achieved something and you are living a life in such a way that other people can benefit from. Like, how did you do it? Like, give me your secrets. Like, instruct us, help us, teach us. Whether this is through, teaching by example, I guess, but whether this is through kind of casual, informal interactions with people, whether this is through giving lectures, whether this is through writing books, whether this is through a YouTube channel or something like that, you have to accept that you have an expertise, that you have been through a lot in your life, and other people can benefit from what you have to say. So the Two of Swords is the Hierophant now projecting that wisdom out, right? Making the decision to share your knowledge, to share your wisdom here, okay? And I think that's a very interesting, the way this energy is flowing, then suddenly we get that. I mean, we've got art, we've got lust, we've got the sun, fire, the water, right? And then we sort of have the air and the Hierophant and more air, and it's kind of, it really is, this is the adventure, the Fortune and Glory, and then this is Dr. Jones. Right, this is Indiana, this is Dr. Jones. One of my favorite characters in all of cinema is Indiana Jones. Absolutely. Harrison Ford, wonderful actor, wonderful person. I heard he's a fan of the show. I'm not sure. I heard it from a friend, but I hope he is. Right. Shout out to Mr. Ford. The Ace and the Six of Wands. This is a victory. Okay, this is a win. This is an accomplishment. This is like I said, a parade in your honor, an award. You're getting the award because of your efforts, because of your ingenuity. That you're like the MVP here in some situation. Maybe it's at work. Maybe this is I don't know. Maybe this is just in life, right? But you're the MVP here. It was your idea, your creativity, your courage, your ingenuity. This is what has allowed you to succeed here, right? That this came from a very spiritual source in you. It's kind of like you had a vision of what you wanted to do. You had the idea, and then the Six of Wands is saying that idea is now mirrored in the external world. What you saw, you made it a reality. It's like those people that can, they can just like look at a photograph or whatever, and then they can draw a picture and it looks exactly like the photograph. You're probably one of those people that can imagine something in your mind, and then you can draw it on a sheet of paper and it looks exactly the way you picture it. Me, I'll picture and just my family, all my friends, the landscape or something, and it's just very detailed the way I can visualize it. But I try to draw it. It's like chicken scratch, stick figures. It's horrible. It looks nothing like what's up here. But see, these two, it's kind of saying that you have the imagination and the vision, and then you're able to recreate it in the world exactly the same. A one-to-one, a direct mirroring of what's in your head, of what's in your imagination, right? And so whatever you're doing, I think it is going to turn out exactly how you have pictured it in your head. Okay? And it's going to make you very, very happy. Nine of Cups, happiness. You're pursuing your bliss. You're living the dream here, right? This is something that you feel is, there's no doubt. There's no, at least on the path of the dove, there are no swords cards. There are no questions. There's no self-consciousness. There is no doubt. This is your purpose in life. This has meaning for you. You're following your bliss here. Okay? You're somebody, I think, who is very, very creative. Artistic, I think, is really the word. Very artistic. I think you have a very rich imagination. I think that you feel so alive when you are doing your will, when you're following your purpose. Yeah, even through the challenges, even through the pressure cookers, right? It's kind of like I feel like you couldn't imagine doing anything else with your life. Yeah. This is the dream that keeps on dreaming, the happiness that keeps on happening. I think you're somebody who knows what they want in life and knows that meaning and purpose and a depth of experience and a richness of life is not the same as gratification, and is not the same as luxury or pleasure. This is deeper than that. This is abundance on the physical, financial, mental, emotional, and spiritual creative planes. You're not leaving anything out. This is kind of a hierarchy of needs in a way, right? The physical, financial stuff, yeah, we all need that as a foundation. And we need mental and emotional stuff. We have to have intellectual stimulation. We have to be learning and growing and thinking and contemplating and interacting with people and with energies and stuff. We have to have an emotional relationship with ourselves, with life, with other people, with what we're doing. Okay? And the spiritual creative, we have to find some kind of outlet for that spiritual creative energy. We have to have a sense of purpose. We have to have a sense of mission. We have to hear a calling in life and answer that call. We have to have that spiritual fulfillment, or the opportunity to pursue that spiritual fulfillment. Okay. So I think in a way this is you being open and almost in a way vulnerable to whatever Spirit is sort of leading you toward. And that's why when we get to the path of the serpent, we've got, of course, the reluctant teacher, the reluctant mentor, the shy professor kind of person over here. But you're trying to be open to what Spirit is leading you toward. And if this is what Spirit's kind of bringing to you now, it's you're trying to be vulnerable to that. You're trying to be open and accepting of that, this addition to your path. Okay. And of course, the pressure cooker I think this is something that you've chosen to do. This is an adventure that it really does feel like Indiana Jones. It feels like this was something that, because there was such a deep meaning and purpose here, that you put yourself in this pressure cooker situation, that you put yourself in this difficult, challenge. Okay. Without the certainty that the outcome would be favorable, you did not know if the outcome was going to be favorable. Okay, because you chose to do this before we got the victory and the glory. You chose this. That's why this is in the background. This came first. Right. It wasn't the clarity or certainty and then the challenge and then the victory. No, you said, I'm taking this challenge because this is what I have. This is what I'm called on to do. So what we can do is look at the Hierophant as the same thing. Look at this as the next challenge. This is the next thing for you to sort of add to the richness and depth and meaningful experience of your life. Of course, you have the courage. You have the courage to do this, these two together. Yeah, there's no challenge that you're not willing to face. It's kind of, you are a beast here, Scorpio. And of course, the Leo energy, the lust card, this is a very creative energy. It's passion. It is the feeling that we can do anything. This is almost an invincible feeling. This is kind of the saying that I am capable of reaching up into the night sky and plucking out a star. Right? That's how powerful I am. And I kind of feel like you have to sort of believe this. You have to believe that you can face any challenge in life. Because if you doubt, that doubt is like a little crack in your armor and something bad's going to get in there. Okay? At the same time, we have to control this sort of hubris, right? So it doesn't get us into trouble. But this is the confidence. This is a little bit of that ego that we need. Using it in the right way, harnessing it, keeping it under control so that it can work for us and not against us. Okay. And the Sun card, of course, in the future position is all that fortune and glory. It is clarity. It is truth. It is the revelation and the enlightenment of what is in your soul. It is a continual enlightenment. It's an enlightening. Right? It's a continuous process of that light, right? Knowing who you are and why you're here. It's not one final answer. It's an ongoing investigation or discovery. It's an ongoing search within ourselves for meaning and for purpose and for destiny and for satisfaction, for fulfillment. Okay? And it seems like what's coming next for you is something that we never really thought was for us. It's kind of like a teaching job. No, I want to be out there in the field doing the hard work, getting dirty, rolling around in the mud, fighting off, the evil forces. What do you mean in a classroom? What? So it's kind of like you're the reluctant sort of leader, or the reluctant guide. It's the way a prominent sports figure will eventually go into commentating, right, or coaching or teaching or something like this. But those are the people that need to teach, the people that have been there and done that and done it well. Those are the people that should be teaching the rest of us how to do it. Let's talk about the path of the serpent. As we do this, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed, please do. It is free. All right. Now, your general energy is a fixed air energy. Kind of like this is a little bit of stubbornness. No, I'm the doer. I'm not the teacher. I'm the one who does the thing, right? I'm not the commentator or the guy. I'm not the tour guide. I'm the one that's living the life, right? And so with this, I think we're trying to be a little bit invulnerable. We're trying to be a little bit fixed. We're adamant in our belief that no, this is what I'm supposed to. This is who I am. But Spirit is in some way calling you toward this addition to your path. I want to say it's replacing anything, but it's the same way, Indiana and Dr. Jones, right? Two kind of different personalities, one in the same life, but it's just different role, And one doesn't replace the other. They just sort of alternate, But what we need is to be open and vulnerable to this. We need to allow ourselves to be kind of drawn into this other aspect of things, to be drawn into this other aspect of yourself. And know that you're safe to explore that sort of path in life. We're safe to explore this. It doesn't mean we're going to lose any of this, right? And that is part of your confidence, your ability to be vulnerable and to be sort of drawn in or seduced by another path, but feeling safe because I'm not going to lose myself. If anything, this is going to bring me in closer contact with myself. I'm not going to lose myself, right? So you're giving yourself permission to explore this other area. Okay, and so the fixed air energy needs to loosen up a little bit because it's too fixed. It's too identified with something, right? And we've got a fixed fire energy here, and both of these, I think, are like, no, this is who I am and this is what I do. This is who I am and this is what I do. But as we know with the Sun card, who you are and what you do, or who you are and why you're here, is an ever-growing and changing and evolving thing. We know that the sun, a star, is not just a static light bulb or something in the sky. It's a living, breathing, changing thing. The sun is burning up, I don't know how much fuel every minute or every day. Unbelievable quantities of fuel is being burned in our sun, in our solar system, right? Maybe someone who knows more about astronomy can sort of offer up those numbers, but it's a lot. I imagine it's just like trillions of tons of elements, right, are being fused together and burned up to produce the light of the sun. It's an ever-changing constitution, right? It's not a static picture. So we need to get out of this idea that this is who I am, this is why I'm here. Yeah, this is part of it, but so's this, and so's this, and so's this, and so's all that other stuff over there. Because what we see here is a fixed air, a fixed fire, and even the Hierophant is a fixed earth energy, a lot of fixed. And this is, again, Leo and Leo. These are both Leo cards, fixed fire. If I were you, I'd watch the Leo reading that we did, okay? It might be useful for you. But the Hierophant is that reluctant acceptance or the learning to sort of embrace this other side of things. And maybe it's really like, maybe our role in life is changing a little bit. If we're getting older, we're sort of shifting from one focus to another. Okay, maybe we are refocusing our lives a little bit, but it's a further discovery of who we are. It's not replacing anything. It's not undoing any of your past accomplishments, but it's augmenting, it's adding to it. It's adding another layer of meaning into your life. And I think you need to allow yourself to explore this. Yeah? And the Two of Swords, of course, is the decision. I think that it's ultimately your decision whether or not you want to explore this other avenue. But I feel that this is you kind of following that intuition rather than trying to make this an intellectual decision, right? We don't see a lot of swords cards here except for these two. The fixed air energy and maybe the flexible air energy. Maybe this is you kind of, we see like the swords like this kind of barring the entrance. Maybe this is you like, opening up and being vulnerable and saying, okay, I'm willing to kind of ease into this. I'm willing to explore. I'm willing to take a look around. knowing that I'm not going to lose myself. I feel safe to do this. I'm willing to let my guard down a little bit and be a little bit vulnerable. Yeah, to explore this other, and maybe it's more than one thing. Maybe you're trying to explore other ways that you can take all of your success and all of your wins and all of this victory and creativity or whatever it is from here, and how you might be able to sort of channel this into other areas to kind of create more levels, more diversity perhaps in your life. Well, let's look at our mystery card. Okay. I think we should get some water energy. I think we could get some earth energy. I would like to see some pentacles. I would like to see, I kind of feel like we're going to get a king of pentacles, which would be another fixed, it'd be a fixed earth energy, but I'm kind of hoping we get like a 6 of pentacles. Yeah, or at least a 3. Let's see what we have. And 8 of swords, yeah. We're not sure. We are, I feel like this is where you are now. This is what your spirit guides are trying to say to you, that, look, you're being kind of closed off about this, and I know that's not a friendly thing to say, right? We're tangled up in all these wires. It's kind of saying, don't overthink it. Don't feel trapped in by any of it either. It's okay to be vulnerable. You're not going to be imprisoned. Sometimes the vulnerability, right? Everybody thinks it's a bad word. To be vulnerable is to let somebody influence us, to let something in and allow it to perhaps change how we feel or think or what we do, right? Allow it to influence us. And sometimes that feels like a bad thing to do. We want to be fortified. I don't want to let anybody in. Well, if we're vulnerable and something kind of, we let something in, or we let ourselves be pulled into something, the fear is that it's going to shut like a trap. That's going to be like this bear trap, or it's going to be like this door that shuts behind us, and we're going to be locked in. Okay, so that's kind of an insecurity. And I think what we're seeing here is that you can be confident to let your guard down, to be vulnerable, to let yourself be drawn into this other sort of path, with the confidence and the safety that no door is going to slam shut behind you. No one is going to suddenly just grab you and keep you there. You're not going to get locked into anything. Yet you can explore this new area in relative safety and tranquility to see if it's a good fit for you. Okay? You're free to explore this a little bit. Sometimes the 8 of swords is we're overthinking it, we're overanalyzing it, and that's making us too leery of it to proceed. No, I don't want to get locked into anything. I don't want to. It's kind of like, I don't know, when you're trying to, I used to do telemarketing. I did telemarketing for one day. All right, one day, 25 years ago. And I remember you'd get on the phone and somebody would answer the phone and you'd start telling them about, it was like it was a certain newspaper kind of thing or a magazine thing. And you start talking to them about it, and right away people would be like, no. I know what this is. No. But it's like, look, I'm just trying to talk. You're not obligated for anything. You don't have to buy it. You just listen to the person talk and see what they have to say, right? But there's a resistance to that, and rightfully so. I don't like telemarketers. I quit after one day. I tell you, it's not for me. And I remember it vividly, even 25 years ago. I remember not something that I would ever. It's like my worst nightmare, to be honest with you. I don't want to do that. I don't like talking on the phone, I guess, is part of my thing. But it's kind of that initial resistance where we don't even want to hear what the other person has to say because we already know what it is, and I don't want to be, nope, I'm not going to do that. I'm not buying anything. I'm not going to buy it, blah, blah, blah. And that's a good defense mechanism, right? Because, of course, some stranger calls you up trying to sell you a magazine. No, hang up the phone. But in a case like this, it's okay to listen to what it is. It's okay to explore it and think about it. It's not going to obligate you. you're not committing yourself to anything permanent, right? So interesting that we get this Eight of Swords. Because I think the Eight of Swords, again, it's kind of feeling like, well, I do this, then I'm sort of hamstringing myself. If I do this, then I'm sort of imprisoning myself in this, and that's all. I'm just going to be an academic now. I'm not going to be actually able to go out here and do the thing, right? And that, I think, that's kind of a false assumption. Just because you're exploring this and you're going to go down this road a little bit and see how it feels, it doesn't mean that you're never going to be over here on the path of the dove, and you're never going to be Indiana anymore. You're just going to be Dr. Jones. It doesn't have to be that permanent, right? It's not this imprisonment that we might be imagining it to be. So anyway, interesting reading for you, right? We're going to do an extended reading. There's a link in the corner. There's a link down below. New readings for you, usually Wednesday and Saturday. I feel like this is an opportunity that's kind of headed your way, and there's going to be a lot of thought about it. Okay. Be sure to watch both of your readings. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. It is totally free. Doesn't cost anything. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.